how about a memory of Norway in the rain? This is Lofoten, an island off western Norway, renowned for its beauty, also famous for its dronogenic quality, which means it's particularly eye-catching from above, as you can see. We're about to visit the two most southern places in Lofoten, Reine and about a mile down the road from Hemne, where we've stayed overnight. So come with us and enjoy a memory in Norway. Up early in the morning. It's 9:30 and we're about to move out, but it's raining. The gulls have nests all over the place here. The eggs not yet hatched, so they're making a lot of noise, warning us to stay away. The challenge I have today is to film Norway in the rain. Temperature a cool 8 degrees Celsius, and off we go, filming the mist-covered mountains, the fjords through the clouds. We're heading from Reine to the town of which is just about the end of the tourist trail. I have to say that though the weather was miserable, the day provided some things that were the highlights of our visit. Is the place to visit on a rainy day. The whole village is a museum, but there were many other fun things to enjoy. Now, has the distinction, together with a French village named Y, of being the shortest place name on the planet. It's actually the last letter of the Norwegian alphabet. This is O, and we're about to explore, and though it was still raining, we were enjoying the experience. Before we go any further, let's take an aerial look at this fascinating place. With a population of 250, not exactly a large village. The fishermen's houses, painted in Norwegian dark red, and as with many Lofoten villages, being held as it were in the hand of the sea, in the firm grasp of its fingers. Gunnar and I have interests that make travel in Norway together a delightful experience. He loves to tell me about Norway, the history, the culture, the ways of the people, and I am always fascinated and love to hear it. First stop, the great boathouse, complete with boats and woodturner's workshop, and a fine gentleman with whom we had an interesting conversation. The museum held all kinds of artifacts from days gone by. Clearly some had had their day. What was even more interesting was the wood creations. We were able to film the making of an egg cup. He first took a piece of wood and shaped first the outside, then the inside, then the outside again, and next it was sanded and smoothed, and finally beeswax was applied to it to protect the wood and give it a nice appearance. The finished product? About $6. So I bought a couple of things, great souvenirs or gifts, and excellent craftsmanship.
Three days ago it was snowing here, actually.
Snowing here 3 days ago. Wow, we just missed the snow. The weather allowing us a glimpse into what life can be like here, though this is the summer. Next stop, the Dry Fish Museum. Still raining, we explored a little and went over to take a look. It's right in the center of O. Even the till was an antique. Entrance fee $6 each. So this is where the dry fish were produced. We'd already seen the fish drying on the wrecks. Here we saw what happened afterwards. One of the major problems in times past was preserving the fish and also being able to market the fish. The drying process made these things possible. The fish were compressed and packed in boxes ready for export, even as far as Africa. In fact, we were told that Nigeria was one of their largest markets. After looking around, we had a cup of tea and a biscuit, and were able to see a film of the process. A very interesting visit. By the time we went out, the rain had stopped. Here one can also ride a boat to see the whales, though the weather was not very conducive today. The gulls were in the nesting season, and it seems the chicks will appear soon. O is a great place to stay. The rowboat dot the coastline, providing superb views over the Atlantic, and right outside the door is the village.
What I like about these museums that are showing daily life 50 years ago.
Many of the older houses in the village are part of the museum. It's called the Norwegian Fishing Village Museum, and this was the steamship expedition and post office, preserved for us to see. For some of us, it was a case of remember when. We called these letterboxes pigeonholes in my youth. I'm gonna buy some stamps.
Hello?
Oh yeah, could I buy stamps, please?
No, we don't have any stamps today.
Okay, thank you.
We are out. We'll get some back on the boat 12 o'clock this afternoon.
Thank you. That was Gunnar's first speaking part in a movie. Back out into the street, our next visit was to a typical Lofoten home. The home of a fisherman. Living room with weaving machine and spinning wheel. In those days, home was a very practical place, but still a place of beauty, and having a sea view, of course. Heating clearly important, a wood burner doing half the job, insulation doing the rest. In the kitchen, a wood stove. The last was an implement on which shoes were made and repaired, and we still use that same Norwegian word in English to describe the implement. On the wall, Psalm 37:7. The houses are made of wood and need to be well insulated. The old Singer sewing machine, a staple. The room's not too large, keeping the place cozy. Every inch of space is used, and one might say, colorful. In the doorway, skis. This is snow country. What do you think of Lofoten?
Dude, it's magical here. We've been here for 3 days. So the first day was very sunny, the second day was a little cloudy, and today it's raining. So there were times you feel you are living a dream. It's amazing here.
A great couple from India were loving it, and we had a chat. Next stop, cod liver oil factory. I still remember as a child taking the daily dose. That's why I'm so strong and healthy today. Maybe. There's actually a manor house in the village, but apparently it was used as servants' quarters. One place both Gunnar and I wanted to visit was the bakery, as it was open, and inside, Agnes, the delightful baker, was serving croissants and coffee, and we had a chat with her. I love the old village logo. The bakery here is very nice, and we decided to have a chocolate cinnamon roll, whatever it is, and enjoy the nice view. Very enjoyable it was too, but our visit was drawing to a close. No sunshine today, but the weather rather gave us a truer picture of what O is like. I've been to many places, and sometimes my reaction is, this is different, and I like visiting places that are different. Lofoten is certainly unique, and we were getting the opportunity to see some of its many facets. In spite of the rain, it had been a great visit, and thoroughly enjoyable. And yet, it's only 3 o'clock, and there's still much to do. So I sent up the drone for a last look. The rain had stopped briefly. Certainly the drone gives us a different perspective. One can imagine why a fishing village grew up in this location, well sheltered from the elements in the cold winters. That's Gunnar and me down there, flying the drone. Lofoten is known for its dramatic scenery and majestic mountains, rugged and natural, largely untouched by human intervention. Evidence of human activity is said to date back at least 10,000 years. The islands have been inhabited almost as long as any other place in northern Europe. Why is that? Fishing is the main reason, especially codfish. Even now, Nowhere in Norway is more important to cod fishing than the Lofoten Islands. For nature lovers and photographers, this is a spectacular place. And as we missed the snow on this visit, I've included some shots of Lofoten in the winter so that viewers can appreciate the amazing transformation that occurs when the snow falls. Though the Gulf Stream prevents the sea from freezing here and allows the fishing to go on all the year round. So I leave you as the sun sets on this remarkable location. Another memory in Norway.